Let's try this again, shall we? Good Friday evening, everyone, and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records here in Midland, Michigan. And it is time, holy cow, it is time for our annual live preview of Record Store Day. And here we have the Record Store Day releases for 2025, what we've got here in the store. We have got a whole lot of stuff to get to. I just am going to let you guys know that we're not going to pop the chat in on this. I can see this and we'll refer to it if need be from time to time. But I am not going to put that up on the screen because, quite frankly, Kim is here helping and she wants to go home within the next 2 hours or so. And if I get talking too much, it's not going to happen. So let's see. I'm seeing Betty saying hi, and Jim from Jim Copperstone. TKR Video Central is here. Ann saying hi. Jeff Tosh sitting outside saying hello. JT, happy Record Store Day to you as well. Ryan, Madeline, and Stanley. Hi, guys. How the heck are you? Oh, man. You make sure you put out, would you put out milk and cookies on Record Store Day Eve for the record store? Beer and chips for the record store guy. Put those out and Record Store Day Eve. Chuck saying howdy, and Gary Doogies, good afternoon to you. All right, so here we are, folks. This is what you have been waiting for. If you are looking at us on Facebook or coming to us through Twitter, you probably can't add chat in. We're not going to see those at all. You have to head over to the YouTube channel, by the way, if you want to chat or if you have questions. Again, I'm not going to pop the chat up, but we'll see them. And if we have to, or if we have the ability to, we'll try to answer them. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to cover the rules of Record Store Day very quickly for those of you who are new to this. There's already a line. I'll talk about that here in a little bit as well and how we do this. We will get into the giveaways. I've got some giveaways we're going to be doing, as well as some special things happening after the Record Store Day rush tomorrow morning, and posters and some other stuff. So, okay, so let's just dive into this. Record Store Day 2025 for the uninitiated is a very special holiday. If this is your first time participating, welcome. I hope you have fun. It is always a blast, but the rules are such here for us in the record store side of things, meaning that we cannot pre-sell, we cannot hold or reserve items because of the limited nature of some of them, and we do not price gouge. These are the rules that we follow per the Record Store Day organization to make sure that this is as fair for everyone and fun for everyone, quite frankly, that is taking part. So what that results in is limited numbers of pressings, some very hot items this year, and very few numbers of them in store. And it's not just us, it's stores everywhere that are having just a time. We'll get to the Wicked one here in a bit. We'll talk about that because that's what's causing this year's rush on there. So what's going to happen is that there will be a line. And when I say there will be a line, I mean there is a line already. If you guys can hear me out there, say woo, we may be able to hear you from inside the window. I just stuck my head out as of 6 p.m. Here at the store. We have 9 people, 9 brave souls, 9 foolhardy individuals. No, I'm sorry, 9 hardy individuals who've decided to brave the mid-Michigan April night, which is going to get a little chilly, just so that they're here first thing in the morning when we open our doors. So congrats to you folks. The line, I get asked this all the time. What time should I get in line? Well, if you're watching this live right now and you're not in line, you're already going to be at least number 10. That's kind of the way it works here. My gut feeling is it will get a few more people in line here in the next hour or two. The biggest push, again, in my opinion, is usually around 2 or 3 in the morning. And that's when a lot of folks begin to show up. It's hard, again, to gauge what folks are deciding they want to do and how they want to do it and when they want to get in line. But you never know. So here's what will happen. For all of you who end up are getting in line, and especially for those of you who are in line already, what I will get here at 5 a.m. This is what we've been doing for the past 4 or 5 years now, and it has worked great. I will get here at 5 a.m. with a stack of numbers, little tickets with numbers on them, and I will start at the front of the line and pass them out on down the line sequentially. So the folks that were here earlier today and have been sitting in line, they're going to get numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. Then they can go away. If you're here in line whatsoever, you can go away for a couple of hours, warm up, get some breakfast, relieve yourself appropriately, and then come back when the doors open at 8 a.m. But be here at 8 a.m. sharp. If you've got number a low number and you go away and fall asleep in your vehicle and you forget to set an alarm and you come up at 8:30, it's going to be too bad, so sad. Sorry about that, because we've got to move on. So you're rewarded if you spend the night in line so much. We'll give you that low number. But again, I get here at 5 a.m. to pass those numbers out and then give you guys a couple of hours. Again, the doors will open at 8 a.m. sharp. When they open, we'll take the first numbers in and ask you guys to stay orderly and come in, and you feed through the store and head to the record store day table. You tell the folks that are working, our great crew that will be working with us tomorrow, Abby, Nick, Chuck, and Kim, of course, will be here. And you just tell them what you're looking for, and we will help you out. You shuffle then to the cash register, and we get you on your way. So it's as easy as that. When you're in line overnight, if you decide to spend the night in line, please remember that Radio Wasteland is your friendly neighborhood record store. Emphasis on the word neighborhood. We exist in a neighborhood, meaning that we have neighbors. So try to keep things at a dull, quiet roar. I think most of you are always pretty mellow out there. Everybody's cool. The police tend to come by once in a while to check on you. Just let them know what's going on, as well as we did. But kind of do your best to keep things kind of chill out there. It's a great crowd. Folks look out for one another, so there's nothing to worry about in that fashion. But still, just remember that we are kind of in the midst of a neighborhood here, so we ask everybody to be somewhat respectful of that. Let's see. I covered the numbers and the doors opening at 8 a.m. And I think, Kim, what am I missing on that? Is that good? I think so. We're looking at our rundown here. And let me knock this poster off and go from there. So that is kind of where we stand. Let me check the chat really quickly and see if there's anything that is interesting on there. Ken on the other side of the planet saying, hey there, Pat's checking in. Good to see you today, Pat. Budman, low temp 26 degrees tonight. Again, yes, if you're spending the night outside, please stay warm. And so Mad Vinyl, Johnny LaRue, how much is the Wu-Tang? We're getting to that in just a couple of seconds, sir. Hang on tight. Mr. Steve Carlson from the Vinyl Community, my partner in crime in the podcast. Some rewards don't seem worth it, but he's saying best of luck to those who are outside. So, all right. So let's get on to just a couple of other things here. The prize giveaways. Shall we get into that next? I think that is next on my list. I'm looking at my cheat sheet, folks. I'm an old TV guy. I'm supposed to be able to do this without... Oh, I did not. Okay. Before... Kim's, this is my producer. She's here helping. Okay, before we get into this, I want to talk a little bit about some of the other things happening on Saturday. The doors open, as we said, at 8 a.m. for Record Store Day proper, and that's when we'll start going in. The store is open, but I would really kind of suggest that if you're in line for Record Store Day, get your Record Store Day stuff first, and then you can go back and shop through the store so as not to hold up the line for the rest of the folks with numbers. Now, here's the fun part, and all of our regular customers are about to give me a little kind of fist shake and say, darn you, Jim. Sure they're going to say darn you because this is PG today. At 10 a.m. tomorrow, we are putting out a big batch of mystery bags. $1 mystery bags make their return for Record Store Day. We're not going to do those at 8 a.m. because of the confusion and the clogging that would do. So the mystery bags will go out at 10 a.m. Now, what that means is that there are going to be 30 different mystery bags, each of them full of 10 records each from the dollar bin, except for the fact that a lot of those bags, and I think my count out of those 30, there's at least 12, if not more, that have things that are not from the dollar room hidden inside. So stuff that could be anywhere from $2 to $3 vinyl to older Record Store Day releases, and at least 2 of those to a sealed record. You never know. There's going to be some goodies in those. And again, out of the 30 bags, I think there's at least 12, maybe more. I lost count because I did that a couple of days ago and my brain's a little right now, but lots of good stuff. Now, in addition, if that's not enough, but wait, there's more. Those of you who follow our channel, and make sure you're subscribed, by the way, religiously know that every Friday we put out a vinyl drop video and accompanied with a great vinyl drop here in the store. There was one this morning and there was a lot of cool stuff in there. Guess what? We're doing a second one tomorrow at 10 a.m. again. Yep. If you spend the night in line and you're camped out, you come in at 8 o'clock, you pick up your Record Store Day stuff, you go home happy. Look what Jim does. He turns around at 10 a.m. and drops another batch of vintage vinyl. And I tell you what, As is usually the case, the batch that I'm dropping tomorrow morning at 10 is phenomenal. It's got some heavy hitters in there, some box sets, some collectible items, a lot of Michigan stuff. Yeah, so yeah, it's basically to get you guys back in to celebrate Record Store Day again with us. But again, we're going to get through the Record Store Day stuff first. Then the real fun begins. Well, the other fun begins with the vinyl drop and the mystery bags. All of that happens at 10 a.m. I should mention also that there will be a regular Saturday morning live at 9:45. So leading up to that, I'll remind you folks of that tomorrow morning, and we'll get into that as well. So don't forget all of that. The numbers, the drop video, the mystery bags. Okay, poster requests. We do have posters to give out. There's a darn you, Jim. Thank you very much. We do have posters to give out. Record Store Day proper gives us posters every year. The infamous Dogfish Head poster. We have several of these to give away. Now, all of the posters, I should mention, are with a Record Store Day purchase. That's going to be reserved first. We'll pass these out as see fit. The second one they surprised us with, I talked about this. We've got a Linus and Snoopy Record Store Day poster as well. This one's kind of cool. We've got a few of those. And as always, you folks flatter me when you say you collect the Radio Wasteland posters. We have fun putting these together. So we do have a limited number of our posters as well. To make this absolutely fair for just about everyone, we are going to ask that you choose between these posters. So, you make a purchase, you get your choice of one of these three posters, again, while supplies last. Thank you, Kim. There's some other goodies that we're going to be giving away for those of you that collect the Record Store Day Ambassador pins. We have got a nice little handful of the Post Malone, who is the Record Store Day Ambassador this year. So we've got a few of these. You got to kind of ask for these, though, and we'll pass those out to you. We have some Record Store Day flair. I'm going to check and make sure that Abby, Nick, Chuck, and Kim are wearing enough flair tomorrow. They need a minimum of 12 pieces of flair to work Record Store Day. So we've got some buttons to go out for you guys. Some cool stickers that say Record Stores Everybody. Okay. And they have included, we've got a limited number of these. These are compact discs on Record Store Day. This is the Strata East sampler, features previously unreleased songs from Charles Tolliver, remastered. So it's a little sampler CD that we've got a few of to give away as well. So now that is the freebie giveaways you ask for when you're in line. There is a drawing tomorrow as well. The good folks over at Victrola have offered us a turntable to give away. We have one of the Victrola automatic turntables, and this one we will be drawing names for. When you have your little number sheet in line, all you have to do is write your name and phone number on the back of that. We'll have a little box to drop that into. We've also got some number sheets for those that don't get numbers. So all day long, we'll be taking in names, and at the end of the day, we will draw one name to win this Victrola automatic turntable. Neat little turntable. Victrola, love them or hate them, they've done some improvements to this. And biggest of which is they now have an Audio-Technica stylus. So the stylus on the Victrolas are now interchangeable, and you can put one of the higher quality AT stylus on there. So this is going to be a good one. Retail value of this is $199 if I recall. So this is kind of it's a good price. The speaker's not included, but it is a Bluetooth turntable as well. There is our big giveaway. That's going on all day tomorrow as well. All right, let's see here. No camping out in Denver, Steve. There's Jeff Cart tomorrow. It snuck up on you, Jeff. It's a week early, Mr. Cart. Let's see. Steven saying, have a great Record Store Day. Thank you. Getting in line after work at 3 a.m. Good luck with that, sir. Okay, one other thing to mention. This is just kind of a little housekeeping thing. And I've been fielding phone calls all day here at the store trying to get ready for the event. Tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. when we open our doors until, would you say 11 o'clock, Kim?
Yes.
Until 11 a.m., please don't call. I mean, you can call the store. We're just not going to answer the phone calls, and we're not going to be able to get to any messages or email in the first couple of hours of Record Store Day. If it slows down a little bit, we'll kind of dive into that and see what we're missing. But for the busiest part of the morning, we're not going to be able to take phone calls or respond to messages in a timely fashion. Please just kind of accept that. Small store, working with just a few of us, but we will make that happen for you. Okay, I think that we are ready to dive into what you guys are here for and what you're looking at. Oh, greetings, everyone. Someone named French Vinyl Addict just stumbled upon our channel and live stream. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for being here and checking us out. Okay, time for the meat. You guys had the appetizer round. Now it's time to dig into what you all are here for. What I'm going to go into next is a very quick, mostly alphabetical run through of the Record Store Day releases that we have on hand. I've been working like crazy over the past couple of weeks getting these things logged in, ship. Our last shipment of stuff showed up this afternoon. Nothing like cutting it close, but everything is here. We did not get everything that we asked for, but we did pretty good. There's a few titles that were very limited. There's a few things we didn't get at all. A few things we didn't get as many as we wanted, but we did pretty good. Okay, so as I go through this list, we'll give you a little bit, we'll try to get to the prices. We'll try to give you quantities that we have in stock. Keep in mind that some of the limited ones are that limited, henceforth the line outside. Now, that being said, occasionally I can get some titles after the fact. Not for everything. In fact, probably 95% of the stuff that we're going through tonight will not be available again for us to get, but some of it is. So if you're in line tomorrow and you don't get what you're looking for, drop me a note, find me. We'll make a little note somewhere and we'll see if we can find something for you after the fact. All right. Ready?
Let's do this.
Let's do it. Are you folks ready? I think we've been going 15 minutes and it is time to get to this. So I'm going to start off with the 7 inches and the box sets first. We're going to get them out of the way so I don't drop stuff and move around on them. And they're not quite alphabetical, so I have to look a little bit through here. Let's kick off with Bluey. You know him, you love him. If you are a parent, you're digging into this. This is the Bluey Burger Dog 7-inch picture disc. Very popular the past couple of years, except last year we had stuck with a few of them. This one, I don't know how many they made, but we have 3 copies of the Bluey Burger Dog 7-inch picture disc. A little pricey for this. You must really love your kids if you're going to pay $20 for that. I'm sorry, $25. I'm sorry, 25. 2,000 of that pressed. Excuse me. Next up, and I'm going to dry out real quick here. Excuse me. On top of everything, it's allergy season. Okay, Charlie XCX along with Billie Eilish, a 7-inch. This is called Guess, and let me find my note on this one. This is one of the titles that our distributors told us that we should be able to get more of. So if we run out, I can't say for certain that that's going to be the case, but they said we should be able to get more. The Charlie XCX, I lost my note. The 7-inch is $17. We have 6 copies of this in for tomorrow. 6 copies of the Eilish and Charlie XCX.
You know, if you don't keep going faster, we're here forever.
I'm moving. Scott Whelan, 7-inch picture disc. We've got one of these, $15 on that. Anderson Paak, come down. One of these 7 inches in stock for tomorrow, $17 on that one. And the one you folks were really hoping and looking for, the Taylor Swift Fortnite featuring Post Malone 7-inch. It's just a 7-inch on black vinyl, I believe. Some cool stuff on there. Lots of requests for this one. I think this is the one we had the most requests for. We have got 25 copies of this, so it should last. I'm not going to say, but it should last. And there were just I think the technical term is a metric butt ton of these pressed. So hopefully there's going to be more out there, but we do have 25. That should last quite a while. 10-inch releases. Olivia Dean with Love. Oh, how much was that Taylor Swift? I'm sorry, I forgot to mention. I think it's 17. $17 on that. Olivia Dean 10-inch with Love. One of these in stock for tomorrow, $25. Few requests on this. A day to remember. I think some folks were looking for this. We only ended up with one. And I'm not certain how many. I think we ordered a few, but we only ended up with one. $26 on there. It's the Easter Beagle Charlie Brown. I think there are 4 copies of this. It's a 10-inch Vince Guaraldi Record Store Day Surprise Easter Egg Edition. They released this as a full LP a couple of weeks back. It is a numbered out of 5,000. This one's 829. I don't know what the other ones are. 4 copies of that. Okay, onward to the box sets so we can get these out of the way. We've got 3 box sets of the Big Batch this year. And hold on a sec. Let me just check the live stream real quick. We're still going. We're on there. It's good. All right. on to the box sets. Grateful Dead. Some folks were really looking forward to this one, as they usually do. There's always a lot of Grateful Dead fans hitting in this. $125 is the list price on this. We have got 4 box sets of the Grateful Dead in stock for tomorrow. Speaking of the Grateful Dead, how about Jerry Garcia? The Jerry Garcia Band, Don't Let Go. First time pressed on vinyl, limited edition of 4,000 of these. This was, I don't know when that was. I don't have my notes as far as when. But the Jerry Garcia box set, $65. That's fairly reasonably priced. 3 copies of that in the store for tomorrow. And then finally, on the box set side of things, we've got a Warren Zevon Piano Fighter, a limited 4 LP box set. Lots of cool stuff. 2 copies of this. List price on that is $90. Okay. All right, that's the small stuff and the big stuff, the box sets and otherwise. I think we are still rolling on here as well. All right, let's dive into the LPs and get you on with your night and get me on with my night, shall we? Alphabetically now, here we go. 13th floor elevator, starting with the numerics. This one is a live in Houston Music Theater in concert. Don't remember the year on that. 1 copy of the 13th floor elevator. Some good psychedelic rock for you. $30 is the list price there. Heavily requested item on our list this year, The Secret of Us, live from Radio City Music Hall. This is Gracie Abrams. $33 the list price there. Double LP. I think it's a double LP, I believe. And it is $33. We have got 10 copies of Gracie Abrams. That was a heavily requested. We did fairly well with that. Some stuff from the Alan Parsons Project. This is the iRobot Sessions. Yep, iRobot Sessions, $33. 4 copies on the shelf tomorrow morning. Picture disc time. The B-52s, their yellow album, of course, it has Planet Claire and Rock Lobster. And if I keep going here, I'll dive down on the floor. I won't do that. Picture disc time from the B-52s. 2 copies of this in stock for tomorrow, $25 on there. All right, one that Steve Carlson talked about on our podcast he was looking forward to. I hope you find one, Steve. Bad Liver's Delusions of Banjo. This is, how did you put this? This is like punk, bluegrass punk, psychedelic banjo music. Bad Livers, $32. 1 copy of this on the shelf.
Psychedelic banjo.
Psychedelic banjo. I think that's what Steve said. It's some psych punk banjo-ish stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong, Steve. By the way, the podcast airs Sunday nights. Steve and I will be talking Record Store Day this Sunday, by the way. Keep an eye on that. Make sure you're subscribed and you can listen to that. It is everywhere you want to find it. Okay, Kelsey Ballerini, the first time, $41 list price. A few folks asking for this one as well. We have 3 copies in the store for Saturday. I am going to massacre this one. Hang on here. Biabadooby. Live and acoustic. Biabadooby, is that right? 1 copy of that, $28. Belly, some cool alternative. And their album King up next, $25. 1 copy of Belly in. I don't know how that one got by me. It should be fun. Better Than Ezra is up next. A double LP set of their How Does Your Garden Grow. 1 copy of that, $55. A little pricier on the side there. Black Sabbath and the Eternal Idol. We have got 3 copies of this, $25 of the Sabbath era. And who is on this one? I forget. I'm losing my... this is not Dio. It's Jeff Nichols, the Jeff Nichols era of Sabbath on there. So, okay, Blue Cheer and Junk. We have got this. This is... this one got by me, so I don't know. I think that this is a later recording from Blue Cheer. $30. 1 copy of Blue Cheer to get us through tomorrow. James Blunt, Back to Bedlam up next. This one is $28. We've got 1 copy of the James Blunt album. Okay, here's a cool one. This is one of those, oh man, if I do this enough, you guys will get lulled into sleep and not by my voice. This is Blur, the Magic Whip. This is a Zoetrope picture disc, the kind that animates when you put it on your turntable and give it a spin. $30 on that. 2 copies of Blur to get us through tomorrow. David Bowie up next. Ready, Set, Go, live from the Riverside Studios in 2003. Some cool Bowie stuff. 2 copies of this, $35. Not too bad. The prices, for the most part this year, I think, are pretty good. All right, here's one. I've gotten a couple of calls on this already today. I wanted one of these. It's not going to happen. I don't think we're going to get any more. Camper Van Beethoven and their telephone free landslide victory. This is the one that's got Take the Skinheads Bowling. What was the pressing on that?
1,500.
Only 50. That's why we only got one. I put in for several. 1,500 of these were pressed. $43. We've got one in stock. I'm sorry. There are no. Okay. There's one Camper Van Beethoven. We'll play by the rules. All right. Charlie XCX, we mentioned that earlier. This is the LP number 1 Angel. $30 on this one. Red vinyl includes a poster. We have got 4 copies of the Charlie XCX for tomorrow.
You can get more of this one probably.
Probably. I think we should. How many are pressed?
10,000.
10,000 of those Charlie. So we might be able to get more of that as well. All right. Let me switch pages here. Up next, Patsy Cline, and imagine that, the Lost Recordings. 1954 through 1963, double LP set from Patsy Cline. Very cool stuff. We've got 2 copies of that in stock. $49 is the suggested list on that one. Collective Soul is up next. Blender, $28, and 2 copies in store from Collective Soul, 25th anniversary limited edition. Let me take a swig of my water first while I try to pronounce this next one. You ready for this? Cunning linguists, I'm assuming. Southern Underground. Cunning linguists. I don't know what this is. Kim, does it say on there?
Well, let me look it up for you.
Southern Underground. This one, we only have 1 copy of. Somebody had requested that when we put our wish list out. $37.
There's more info.
More info. 1,000 of these pressed. Coal Mine, acclaimed sophomore album. It's a fusion of Southern roots and boom bap sensibility. That did not answer my question. All right. 1 copy of that from those guys for those that want them. All right. This one, The Cure and Their Head in the Door. Picture disc edition, 40th anniversary. We only got 1 copy of this. I'm trying to figure out what happened there. I thought we would have gotten more. But 1 copy, it's not Record Store Day. I mean, they moved on from the Dio picture discs to Cure picture discs every year. Is that one fairly common, or is there not a lot? We're looking that up.
Plenty here. There's
Plenty there?
8,000.
I didn't see it on the residual list, but maybe we can get more of that. We'll see if there's 8,000. A tough get, and I don't know if we're going to be able to get more of these. $53 on Dada. If you're going to Disneyland, double LP set. We've only got 2 of these guys in stock. They were a late show, so they're here. But we got them. And Dada Puzzle. That one, what was the list?
1,700.
1,700. That would be why we didn't get them and why we're probably not going to get more, unfortunately. Okay, up next, Dead Sarah, Ain't It Tragic? $28. 1 copy of this in the store for tomorrow. Up next, The Dictators, New York, New York. And DFFD is the name of the album. Some cool punk-ish stuff there from The Dictators. $30 is the list price on that. We have got 1 copy for tomorrow.
According to this, 900 were pressed.
Oh, 900 of The Dictators press, so that could be a good rare one. Late arrival, Willie Dixon. What Happened to My Blues? This is coming from, Ovation Records. We've seen some of their stuff. It's got a little OBI strip on there, an opaque orange vinyl. 1 copy of this in, $30 is what we've got on that one. All right, The Doors. Usually we get a box set of Doors stuff, but not this year. Doors, Strange Days, 1967, a work in progress. Rough mixes from the album's 1967 sessions, rediscovered after 58 years. So it's without the final overdubs heard on the original release. A must for you Doors fans. Very reasonably priced, $25 on that. We have got 5 copies of The Doors. A lot of those pressed or not?
Yep. Let's see. We're going to see 7,500.
7,500. We can probably get more of that if need be. We'll have to see. Okay, a rare one. Eden's Children. Fuzz Laden Boston Psych from Eden's Children. $30. 2 copies to go with tomorrow. Fun stuff. I know folks, 1,100 of those. It's going to be a tough one. How about some jazz? We've got a Bill Evans, Further Ahead, live in Finland, 1964 through 69, a collection of live stuff. Double LP, gatefold, lots of cool jazz from Mr. Evans, $50 on that. The Jazz is usually pricier. One copy in the store for tomorrow. Sam Fender, an EP, Me and the Dog. I know nothing about this at all. It was requested, $26. We've got one copy of it.
6-track, 12-inch EP.
It is a 6-track EP. All right, Fleetwood Mac. They have given us a picture disc of their self-titled 7 times platinum certified 75 album. The iconic cover on picture disc for the very first time. $25, reasonably priced picture disc. And they put it in a cardboard sleeve, so that's cool. We've got 3 copies of that to go for tomorrow. All right, into the F's. Flotsam and Jetsam for the first time on vinyl in North America. And their High LP, Flotsam and Jetsam High, $38. 2 copies of, one copy. Looked at the wrong thing. 1 copy of Flotsam and Jetsam.
That's an RSD limited.
RSD limited.
Regional focus, only 1,000 press.
Oh, cool. 1,000 pressed regional. So it was neat that we got one. Okay. Spirit Box is the name of the album. Flying Lotus is the group. $28 list on this one. 2 copies in store for us to go. Up next is Frankie and the Witch Fingers, a live album. Live at KEXP. I'm moving really slow, it feels like here. So let's move on. $31. 2 copies of Frankie and the Witch Fingers to go for tomorrow. Gorillaz, Demon Days, a live LP from the Gorillaz. $45, limited edition, red double vinyl. We have got 3 copies of the Gorillaz for tomorrow. Grateful Dead, and we're getting away with a single LP on a back porch, volume 1. Dogfish Head Beer, invite you to have a good time. They're tied in with this. $25 on the Grateful Dead. Only 2 copies, though, unfortunately. We'll have to see if we can get more of that. All right. JJ Gray. Let me get my limited edition Radio Wasteland drink carrier there. JJ Gray and Mofro, Orange Blossoms. Funky Swamp Blues and Rootsy Rock is what the hype sticker says. 1 copy of that in the store, $37 for tomorrow. Gunna, and the album is Wanna. Wanna. Let's see, 2 copies of this, $35 on that one. Emerald vinyl. Guttermouth is up next. We're into the G's. Gorgeous, $37 list. 1 copy of Guttermouth to go for tomorrow. Emmylou Harris is up next with Spy Boy. I don't know too much about this album. $32. Let's see. Oh, this is a live album from the All-Star Wrecking Ball Touring Band for the first time on vinyl, produced by Buddy Miller and Emmylou Harris. So Emmylou Harris and Spy Boy, $32, 2 copies in the store, ready to roll. Here's one of the ones I was excited about, and I'll have to see if we can get more because we only have 2 copies of the Harvey Danger King James version with Sad Sweetheart of the Rodeo. Double LP, they've kind of moved this into 2 LPs with bonus tracks on the last side. $45 on Deep Sea Blue vinyl, and we have 2 copies of the Harvey Danger. That's a fun one.
1,000 pressed.
1,000 pressed. I want the album with Flagpole Sitta. Of course, everybody does on that. Hindu Love Gods. A lot of folks asking for this one. $25 on that. 3 copies in the store ready to roll for tomorrow. All right, so let me move some stuff around. Hang on here. Stay with us. I just have to move the box. We're halfway through. How's that sound? I guess it's a good stopping point and check some of the comments to see who's gotten up on us here. Let's see. Kelsey, Tyler, yep, we missed Kelsey Ballerini. We're good there. And Steve says it's Psycho Punk Bluegrass on the Bad Livers. He has corrected me on that. That's a fun one. Psycho Punk Bluegrass. All right. Where are we? We are at Mahalia Jackson, sorry. Let's see here. Moving on, $29, 1 copy in the store of that. Jethro Tull, Songs from the Vault. This is included rarities and outtakes from the Tull. 2 copies of that, $35 to carry us through. 1 copy of Elton John live at the Rainbow Theater along with Ray Cooper, $30. Record Store Day exclusive single LP, 1 copy in the store for that. Thank you. Judas Priest, live in Atlanta, 1982, in their prime. I think I saw Judas Priest in 1982 or 83, but that would have been in Lansing. But this is live in Atlanta, 45 bucks on red vinyl double LP. Again, yeah, in their prime. 3 copies from the Priest in the store for us to go today, for tomorrow. All right, those of you in the chat, ask Steve about this one. It's another one of the Steve Carlson favorites. K. Frimpong, I've got to get this right. K. Frimpong and his Cubano Fiestas. This is I don't know, is this Zamrock, Steve, or is this Latin on there? I'm trying to remember. It's Alaji K. Frimpong's seminal album featuring members of the Visa V band, released in 1976 at Ghanaian. It's Zamrock. African funk rock here. 36 bucks, 1 copy of this to go in the store for tomorrow for you Zamrock fans. And Steve's drawing the entire Zamrock resurgence across the country. Marcus King, live from the Bluebird Cafe double LP recording.
RSD exclusive.
It's an RSD exclusive, 55 bucks. We only have got 1 copy of that to go around.
It doesn't say how many were pressed.
Doesn't say how many were pressed. That's an interesting one. Let's see. Mark Knopfler, the One Take Radio Sessions limited edition. Mark Knopfler, 30 bucks, 1 copy from Mr. Dyer. Okay, Laffy. I had to look this one up. A lot of folks were requesting Laffy. This is A Night at the Symphony, recorded at the Hollywood Bowl with the Los Angeles Philharmonic Orchestra. We have got 4 copies of this because there are a lot of folks requesting it. 41 bucks. She is an Icelandic
artist.
Icelandic jazz singer-ish or artist. Cool stuff. A lot of folks requesting. All right, not on my list, but maybe I'll change my mind if we can get more. Geddy Lee, these are the lost demos from his favorite Headache album. A 12-inch single, looks like there's 2 songs. That's it, 17 bucks if you're a big Rush fan and you can't live without Geddy. John Legend, Get Lifted, Rising. Mr. Legend, 1 copy of that for 23 bucks. Leanne LaHavas, Is Your Love Big Enough? 1 copy of that in the store, 25 bucks. Next up is, am I going to say this right? Lil Uzi Vert, Eternal Take, 60 bucks on this one. 5th anniversary on Blue Jay color vinyl. 2 copies of this to go around. One of our hip hop ones this time around. Nick Lowe is up next with his Not Indoor Safari. Let's see, yep, 28 bucks, 1 copy from Mr. Lowe and Company. Craig Mack, Project Funk da World. 32 bucks, 1 copy of that one tomorrow. Harvey Mandel. I've got an OG of this in my collection. This is some cool stuff. Harvey Mandel, guitarist for Canned Heat. This is his album Snake. It's got some funky instrumentals and such. Interesting stuff on here on his own. He is from Michigan originally, by the way. 30 bucks. Only 1 copy of this landed. I thought I asked for more from Mr. Mandel, but that's how it rolls. Okay, Pink Floyd-ish, Nick Mason's Saucerful of Secrets. They put this concert out a couple of years ago with Nick Mason, the drummer from Floyd, redoing a lot of early Floyd stuff. This is a 12-inch single, which features Saucerful of Secrets on one side and Echoes Live on the other. 25 bucks for that. We've got 2 copies of Mr. Mason. MJ Linderman and the Wind. Alive and Loose, 32 bucks and 1 copy of that to go for tomorrow. Back to the jazz, Thelonious Monk and Live at the It Club, 1964 recorded, $31, 1 copy from Mr. Monk. Back to the psych, we've got Nectar, a new stereo mix exclusive for Record Store Day, the Remember the Future album, 1 copy of this to go, and it is $35. That on. Neurotic Outsiders is up next. Not sure. Oh, Steve Jones is on this. Steve Jones, Duff McKagan, John Taylor, and Matt Sorum. Cool. 32 bucks, 1 copy from the Neurotic Outsiders. That's kind of a super group of sorts. Speaking of super, how about something super bad from the OJs? And 33 bucks, 1 copy from the OJs on Purple limited pressing. I'm going to say this incorrectly. Dolores or Riordan? Orion. See, wow. Okay, 1 copy from Dolores. No baggage, 35 bucks. The second solo album from her. Very cool stuff. All right. Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, or OMD, the Peel Sessions, recorded live, $30. One copy of that in stock for tomorrow. Let's see here. Papa Roach. We filed this under P or R. I get lost all the time. Papa Roach, Leaving a Light On, limited record store day pressing, exclusive artwork etching. I believe this is a 12-inch.
Yes.
It is a 12-inch single with just a few things on there. $20. One copy of that in the store for tomorrow. Let's see. Graham Parker and the Figs, not the Rumor or the Shout. Graham Parker and the Figs, Last Rock and Roll Tour. Kind of a cool looking cover on that. $34 on that. One copy of that one.
RSD limited one, 700.
Limited only 700 copies of that Parker. That's kind of cool. Passengers, U2 and Brian Eno. Collaborative. That's the soundtrack, the original soundtrack, but the group Passengers as well. Sought after. 2 copies of this to go around tomorrow. $40 is what we've got on that one. Onward now to our Record Store Day Ambassador. A lot of folks looking for this one. This is the Post Malone tribute to Nirvana. Now, didn't Katie say something? She was watching some of this with him singing these live, and was pretty good. So, tribute to Nirvana, $35. 10 copies. We got 10 copies of that in stock for tomorrow from the Ambassador. I think there was a lot of those pressed too. A lot of them. Okay, Prince and the New Power Generation live at Glam Slam. $58 is the price tag on this one. 3 LP set. Looks like there's 5 sides though, so I don't know what's on the other side. Probably an etching on there. 3 of those in stock. $58 I mentioned is the cost on there. Queen, D. Lane Leah Demos. And this is older stuff I'm trying to believe on here. I have to stop and think. Queen, we do have one of those. $30 is the cost on that. Live on Tour 1983, Rage on Behalf of the Machine. $34. We've got 2 copies of that to go around. I got that name wrong. I'm sorry.
2 LP set.
2 LP set. All right. Ramones. Ramones up next with Loco Live. $35. 2 copies of the Ramones. Which iteration that is. When that was recorded live in Spain in 1991. Very cool. All right. The greatest album of all time, according to Steve Carlson. Lou Reed and Metal... I'm sorry, Steve, had to do that. Metal Machine Music. Do some research on this one, folks. You've really got to be a hardcore Lou Reed fan to want to pay $47 is the list price on Lou Reed's contractually obligated album, Metal Machine Music. We have got 1 copy of that in stock for tomorrow. Replacements and their album Tim, double LP set featuring the original 1985 mix. Copy of that. Replacements, $35. 2 copies of Tim to go around. I know nothing about this. RKS, I should have looked it up, and I was trying to remember what that was, but RKS up next. 1 copy of this, the 10th anniversary album for $33. No idea. Okay. Onward we move. The Rolling Stones. We're getting there now, folks. Hang tough. Out of Their Heads, the Rolling Stones. Nifty little OBI strip on there. $30 on this. This is on 180 gram clear vinyl, mastered from, it says mastered directly from the original analog mono tapes, and includes a lithograph of the original tape box notes. Some very cool stuff for you early Stones fans. $30 is the price on that, and we have got 4 copies of that. Should be able to get more, but maybe not. I don't know. Pharoah Sanders and If So Zam, My Gifts, the original analog tapes from Pharoah Sanders. It's down here. If So Zam, $44 on that. 1 copy of that one is a single LP gatefold. Saxon up next. Wheels of Steel, $40. 1 copy from Saxon. Live. Oh, it's live. Let's see. Double LP. 1 studio looks like, and the second live at Monsters of Rock at Donington in 1980.
RSD limited 900 press.
900. That's pretty cool. We got a few of those. Sex Witch up next. I don't know too much about this. 10th anniversary, exclusive to Record Store Day. 12-page booklet with unseen imagery. Sex Witch, 10th anniversary, as I mentioned, $30. 1 copy of that to go around. Sixpence, None the Richer, live from Grooney Hall. Live from Grooney Hall from Sixpence, None the Richer. $36. 1 copy in the store. Snoop Dogg up next. The Jamaican episode, I don't know too much about this. E and G side, recorded live at the Reggae Sunfest in Jamaica in 2001. 2 copies, $30 on that one.
It includes this iconic track, Gin and Juice.
Gin and Juice is on there. Let's see, some traditional bluegrass from Ralph Stanley and Friends, Man of Constant Sorrow. He had done a lot of work with the folks, or the soundtrack when they worked for Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? So this has got folks on here like Josh Turner, Dierks Bentley, Ricky Skaggs. See, Leanne Womack. See, Robert Plant is on here. Holy cow. And Elvis Costello. So very cool stuff. Man of Constant Sorrow. Ralph Stanley and Friends. 2 copies of that to go around. I saw a video on one of the vinyl community channels that called this the most cringe record store day release this year. And that being the Starship We Built This City picture disc, the world 40th anniversary of, I think it's just We Built This City. Side B, side A is We Built This City special club mix, a 7-minute version of We Built This City. Side B is We Built This City, the 4.5 radio version or studio version. I've got 2 copies of that ready to go tomorrow for those of you who, I guess we could probably put it in a brown paper bag if you needed to.
No judgment.
No judgment. Judgment-free zone. $20 on those. Stone Temple Pilots up next with the Incendiary live show from the Purple Tour, live in New Haven, 1994, from STP. 2 copies of that to go around. Should have gotten more on that. I don't know if that one was limited or not, or how they did that to us. Almost there, folks, and I just knocked the stuff down in my box. All right. Marty Stewart and the Fabulous Superlatives, Space Junk. Up next, 1 copy of that, $41 is our list price. The Sword is up next with Warp Riders. The iconic 3rd album returns with its 15th anniversary, so Sword. Let's see, 1 copy of that for $34. Lots of folks asking about this, and it got rationed. I did not see this hardly at all. Live on tour, The Talking Heads, 2 copies in store. The complete performance recorded in 1978. Tough get. I'm going to try to get more of those, but it's not looking good in that case. How many does it say?
8,000 were pressed.
It says 8,000, so I should not have any trouble getting it. I'm going to try to get more of those. $35, but only 2 in stock for tomorrow. Teenage Bottle Rocket is up next. Total is the name of the album, and $30 on that one. 1 copy in stock for tomorrow. Late arrival for you Tesla fans. Real to Real double LP. $60 on this one. I guess this is a fairly sought after double. 2 copies from Tesla to go for tomorrow. Here is a fun one with alternate artwork. Thin Lizzy and Jailbreak, the alternate version of the album. Their classic album like you've never heard it before, featuring alternate versions of the classic tracks. So it says limited edition Record Store Day UK, but somehow we're here. We're going to talk about that UK stuff. I've got 5 copies of the Thin Lizzy. That should be actually pretty darn fun of that one. Toad the Wet Sprocket. Let's see. Welcome Home, $36. 1 copy of that one to pass around for tomorrow. Eddie Vedder, Pearl Jam. This is a 12-inch single, and it's called, where did it go? Save It for Later. Excuse me, I skipped ahead here. Save It for Later, $22. I've got 2 copies of the Eddie Vedder 12-inch. All right, up next is Wallows, and it says more, but this was actually titled "We Love Our Record Store." This is our Record Store Day record. I think this was pretty fun, regardless. So Wallows, 2 copies of that, $22 is what we're asking on that one. All right, giving Lou Reed and Metal Machine Music a run for his money. I'm being editorial, and I apologize for that, but I'm tired. Roger Waters' Dark Side of the Moon, Redo, live, the reimagined album live on limited edition pink neon vinyl. I don't believe that this is the full album. I think it is, I don't know, maybe it is. It's $37. We've got 1 copy of that, but it's the live version of Roger Waters' retake of the Dark Side of the Moon. So maybe it's okay. He's probably not talking as much through that one. Hank Williams III, The Rebel Within, 2 copies of this on black and white acid-washed vinyl. $25 is the cost on that one. Getting there, folks. Almost there. Up next, we're looking at Remy Wolf And it's not on my list. I don't see that one on my list. Remy Wolf is You're a Dog. I'm Allergic to Dogs. I know we only have one copy of that, though, so we'll make sure that's added to the list on there, but just one copy of the Remy Wolf. The Wreckers up next. Stand Still, Look Pretty. $28 on this one. Michelle Branson, Jessica Harp. #1 country hit, Leave the Pieces. The Wreckers, some cool stuff from them. 2 copies of that in the store for tomorrow. And the $28 is what we got on that one. All right, a big one. I saw somebody had asked about this. We are now down to the W's. The Wu-Tang Clan and Black Samson, the Bastard Swordsman. This one is a big one. $73 is the list price on that. We've got 2 copies of the Wu-Tang Clan album in here. I think that's a fairly sought-after one. We did pretty good with that, I do believe. Okay, Yes is up next. Live at the Rainbow in 1972, if you're a fan of Live Yes. Triple LP on this. This has got all the cool Yes stuff on there, by the way. $60 suggested list price. We've got 4 copies of that Yes album on here. Thank you. Next up, Young Thug. Barter 6, $35, 2 copies. And Doctor Who vinyl, the 10th Planet original BBC soundtrack. These do always pretty good on that. The Doctor Who, I've got 2 copies of that. $45 is the suggested list price. Now we're moving into the soundtracks and various. Just a few more to go, folks. Okay, quick word. When they announced the Record Store Day list way back when, there were 4 Harry Potters on the list, the first 4 movies. And when we finally started getting the shipments, the first movie did not show up, the soundtrack to Sorcerer's Stone. And I had to do some checking. It disappeared from one of my distributors' lists, and it just didn't show up from my other distributor. I called them. He says that it was mistakenly put on the Record Store Day list because it was a UK-only release, which didn't make a lot of sense. But I think as of the other day, it was still on the Record Store Day list. So I'm not sure what's happening. But regardless, we do not have any copies of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. The UK one was called the Philosopher's Stone. I think that's what kind of messed up the lists a little bit. So somebody goofed up somewhere. If they're going to do this, we'll try to get more if they do that out. But things kind of happened hard and fast. So we're starting off with Chamber of Secrets. But we do have 3 of the 4 that were initially advertised. And according to my sources, it was just these 3 for the U.S. now. So
Which doesn't make any sense. Why you wouldn't.
Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But why you would start with the second movie, right?
Right.
Go figure. Chamber of Secrets, $35. We have got 3 copies of that to go around, which follows up with The Prisoner of Azkaban. Am I saying that right? $35 also. 3 copies of that to go. I don't know if these are on colored vinyl. Clear vinyl. Clear vinyl all around. And Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. For some reason, I got 4 copies of this one. Patrick Doyle and not John Williams, $35 also. We should be able to get more, and I'll try to figure out what happened with that first one, but that's just kind of a weird anomaly. I love this soundtrack, especially if you're putting on the Ritz. Mel Brooks and the High Anxiety soundtrack, but not just the soundtrack to that movie. It's got stuff on there from Young Frankenstein, Silent Movie, Blazing Saddles, and the producers as well. So Mel Brooks, the High Anxiety soundtrack, 1 copy in the store, $25. This is a fun one on red and yellow vinyl. The Neverending Story with Lim Hall and others, the soundtrack, Giorgio Moroder. 1 copy of this to go around for tomorrow. $25 is the cost on that. This one, had we known, we probably would have tried to get more. It is going to be in demand. Val Kilmer, the late Val Kilmer, just passed a couple of weeks back. And music from the motion picture Top Secret. You see Val on there, just one of his very fun movies. And I don't know if he sings on it. Yeah, songs performed by Val Kilmer on side 1. 1 lone copy of this is all we ended up getting. $33. Sorry about that, but rest in peace, dear sir. How many were made, does it say?
So I was looking at.
Virgin Suicides is up next while Kim looks that one up. Pressed on blue vinyl soundtrack for that film. And we have got 2 copies. Let me make sure on that. I lost my place. 1 or 2 copies of this one. I'm trying to remember exactly what we've got. But in there too. The video game lo-fi soundtrack sampler. So if you're into some cool video games, this is wild. Main theme on there. So the video game soundtrack, 2 copies of that, $30 is what we have got on there. And finally, the Jazz Dispensary. Oh, not finally. I'm sorry. Jazz Dispensary Night Lights. 1 copy of this for $28. And now the one, see how mean I am? I made you guys wait to the very end for the one that everybody wants. The Wicked soundtrack. This is the title that folks are looking for on this record store day. Reading all sorts of stuff on different record stores posts. This got rationed so tremendously that big city stores that were requesting hundreds of these got only 1 or 2. Smaller stores like us, which we requested 12, we got 3 copies. So I'm going to brag a little bit that we luckily ended up with at least, but 3 copies. I would imagine this is going to be a very quick go through here in the store. How many were pressed?
Of Top Secret?
Of Top Secret.
1,000.
1,000 Top Secret. What about Wicked? I know that this was really limited too. So this is a tremendously in demand. It's a little expensive. $60 is the list price on this. And I'm trying to remember, I thought it was coming. Oh, they're numbered as well.
2,000.
Only 2,000 of these were pressed. That's why some of the big stores are really kind of crapping bricks that they didn't get what they wanted. But we're happy. We got these 3, so that's what they are. I think that we took an informal poll, and they're probably not going to last very long. So sorry about that, folks. But we've got those 3. $60 the list price on the Wicked soundtrack. Okay, that is it. Holy cow, we kept it under an hour, Kim. How did I do that?
Well, if you keep talking, it won't be.
We take a sip and we'll go from there. Okay, let's see. A couple of quick things. 3 copies. Let's see. Queen Demos is from their first album. Okay, so that's older Queens. Thank you, Jim. TC says that Top Secret is a regional limited release, just 1,000 copies. Okay. I think that really does about cover it, folks. As always, we tremendously appreciate every single one of you hanging out here at our little corner of the vinyl universe in Midland, Michigan, and our little YouTube channel. I don't know as if I'm going to get to a new release video tomorrow. We're probably going to do that on Sunday when I record the podcast with Steve. We'll get that taken care of. But there will be a live update tomorrow morning, 9:45, in the midst of Record Store Day. We'll kick one of those out. Don't forget, the doors open at 8 a.m. here at our store. There is a line formed already. There's last look, there may be more, but before we started the live update, there were 9 people in line. So if you are out in line now, or if you're planning to get in line overnight, please keep in mind that this is Michigan in April, and we're going to be down below the 30-degree mark overnight. So please, by all means, dress warm. Take care of yourself out there. Hang tough, because I will be to the store at 5 a.m. to pass out numbers. And again, those numbers will go to the people in line in order. At 8 a.m., we will open the doors and let you guys in. But in between that time, please go get warmed up, get some coffee, and chill out for a little bit. Doors open at 8, as we mentioned. Then at 9:45, the live hits. And then at 10 a.m., a new vinyl drop of some heavy hitter goodies coming out and mystery bags, all at 10 a.m. tomorrow. I'm going to wrap that up. Kim, do you have anything that I need to add, or did we cover it all? We covered it all. All right, let's see here. 2 copies. Thank you guys for hanging in the chat and kind of answering on these 2. Yep, we did go over Wallows, 2 of those. Line count. Yeah, there was like 9 people earlier. I'll post up on our social media where it stands as we're leaving here today. All right, let's see. I think that will just about do it. Again, thank you all for kind of hanging out here and doing our little annual tradition. Always a ton of fun. Happy Record Store Day to you. We will see, hopefully, all of you, though, except for, Ken's in Australia and our new friend over in France. Probably not going to see you guys in time, but have fun over there regardless. So once again, happy Record Store Day to each and every one of you. And we will talk to you guys tomorrow from Radio Wasteland. Thanks again so much for being here. Time for me to go eat dinner and drink something.